Pixelkin.
Get the TV out. Get this out.
The two kids are just 3 years apart and small. They're at different skill levels, so it's sometimes challenging for the two of them to play together. So if there's a game that gets played together, then oftentimes it's one of the parents with the older boy.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up with board games in my house and in my family, and I think that if you don't do that, you're less likely to consider a game a family activity, a screen game a family activity. And we have a family night, and sometimes we plan to do puzzles or play games together, and that's usually a combination of let's do something physical and focused with all of us, and then we might break up into different groups and do different things.
Steer with that controller so I can help you or we can get to that place.
I was real leery of it at first. I mean, I think that there are dangers. Too much screen time and, some of the rapid moving images on developing brains and all those kind of things. I've done a fair amount of research. But in a lot of respects, I would much rather have them play a video game because there's some part of their brain that's engaged than a movie. One of my children is at least like I am, and that is if there's something on the screen, you'll just zone out. That's why we bought the Wii game system, just because you get up and you move and you mimic and so it's sort of natural because they're learning about their bodies and want to learn about, how to do things.
All right, with that one with pigtails?
Yeah.
All right, press your button.
For the most part, I think it's a good activity. It can be played for a very short amount of time and feel satisfying. We also do a lot of dancing, so a lot of Just Dance for Kids. It's actually easier to find a common ground gaming than it is with screen time as far as movies or family movies.
All right. Good job.
And there are some really cool games. I've been reading about some really cool games like the Stanley Parable, and there's a new, I think, Turtle one that I'm really interested in that basically teaches kids how to program. If my kids don't learn that, then they're missing a skill set that will be much harder to teach later.
Don't use your hands. Settle this on the dance floor, yo.
There's a lot of, mom-petition out there. It's easy for someone to sort of, be aggressive with things like that. Well, my kids don't have any screen time. And I would just encourage them to do research.
That one?
In this age of reviews, it's really easy to sort of sift the wheat from the chaff. I don't feel too judged, and that's mostly because I don't let myself feel judged about most anything. It's not important how anyone else views my parenting style. It's important on whether it works for your family or not.
There you go.
All things in moderation. I think not exposing your children to video games is actually doing them a disservice. And I think overindulging them in video games is doing them a disservice as well.
Yeah, Mama's the boy.
It's not evil, it's not bad, Be a parent and moderate. And with websites like Pixelkin, how can you go wrong?
I can do this one by myself.
Nice.
Pixelkin.